so we are safely back from our trip to Arizona. We had a lot of fun going out there and learning more about what Dane can do to help his dental practice. We made a lot of new friends throughout the country. That was so fun for me. So, hey, Lainey, I see you. I hope you have a safe car ride back. So, and if like Marla or Charlotte, if you're watching, hello to y'all as well. I met so many people this weekend, so I can't shout out to everyone, but I'm definitely looking forward to keeping in touch. It's so neat to be able to have friends all over the country. So if I'm looking a little bit rough, I'm sorry. We got up at 4:30 this morning, and you know, sweat, snow makeup, and the sweet person sitting next to our row was like, "Are y'all on spring break this week?" And I'm like, "No, but that's really nice of them to say that they think that we look young enough to be on spring break. So maybe we just have some really great skincare. I don't know." But so we're finally home between flying to Atlanta and driving back to Birmingham and having to take alternate routes because of a wreck, and we had to stop multiple times for James. So, but we're so glad to have James back and all of that. So we missed him, and he was in great hands with Granny and Papa Joe. So I'm doing something super quick and easy and simple tonight because my energy level is low. But we're getting hungry by now. Our time clock, I think, is off from the time changes. So I'm doing butternut squash ravioli and mascarpone cream sauce to go with it. I'm going to turn this around so y'all can see. And if my kitchen is a mess, I apologize. Again, we just got back into town, so I'm going to turn our burner onto medium here to get nice and warmed up. So I have about 3/4 of a cup of half and half in there. So I like half and half. It's not quite so heavy as cream or heavy cream, but it's richer than milk and it thickens up better. It's better for sauces. And I've already cooked our butternut squash ravioli over here. I love refrigerated pastas. They're such a time saver. And you're still getting something really fresh and yummy. This is butternut squash ravioli. This one happened to come from Trader Joe's. So if you have a Trader Joe's near you, like I know Lainey does, this is awesome. And it's really yummy. But you can really use any kind of pasta you want, whether it's a filled pasta or noodles or a dried pasta, any kind of pasta you can throw this sauce on. So whatever floats your boat. But that way we get some veggies in there too. So we're getting this kind of coming to a simmer here, if y'all can see. And homemade sauces are a lot easier than you would think. That way, if you just have a few things on hand, you haven't gone to the store, you don't have like Alfredo sauce in your pantry, it's okay. You can whip something up in just 5 to 10 minutes between the pasta and the sauce, and I think that it tastes a lot fresher, and you know the ingredients that go in it too. It's not just a bunch of things you can't pronounce. So I'm using just a few ingredients here. So we got our half and half. It's starting to simmer. I turned it down to low. I'm also going to add about a tablespoon of butter, and I do like the butter from grass-fed cows. It's a little bit richer. The color is actually yellow instead of white. It's a little bit more heart healthy, and the flavor is definitely there. So we're just kind of melting our butter in here. We're still kind of simmering and melting our butter. This is not the Paula Deen show. We're not going to use a whole stick of butter. A little bit of butter goes a long way. Okay, so that's getting pretty melted there. And I'm also going to do some mascarpone cheese. So I've used that in one of my recipes before. I forget what it was, but it's a nice spreadable cheese. You can scoop it out. So I'm just going to do a couple of tablespoons here. Thanks, hon. It's hard to do things one-handed when you're holding the camera. Okay, so I'm just kind of eyeballed a couple of teaspoons there. So you don't have to be exact or anything. So sauces are very forgiving, which is great. So we're going to melt that down. And I'm going to add just a pinch of salt, so just a little bit of salt. And just kind of eyeballed that too. I'm going to bring this back up to medium. Actually, we lost some of our heat while we were adding things that were cold, which makes sense. So sometimes if you're losing the simmer, you can just bump up the heat a little bit. So what we want to do is stir it so all the ingredients are incorporated, which they pretty much are now. And oh, thanks, Shauna Lee. And yes, I'm definitely glad to be home. We'll see you soon. So basically, you want to simmer it until it thickens up. So, and I'll show you a trick that you can use to test it. Let's get it back up to a boil. So James is glad to be home too. Say hello, James.
James, can you
say hello? Say hello to everyone. Hello. Yes, James had so much fun in Atlanta this weekend. He wasn't spoiled at all, but he always loves going to visit his grandparents. So I turned up the heat a little bit on that. But really simmering for just 5 minutes or so is really all you need to kind of thicken up your sauce. And as you turn off the heat and it cools down, it thickens up even more. So, okay, so that was just a little above medium. Turn it back down. So we're simmering again, and I'm stirring it so it's not going to burn or get the, the skin of the milk that comes up to the top if you like boil it too much without stirring. So you can kind of avoid that by keeping the simmer lower and or stirring. Aw, thanks. We think James cute too. Well, and James. Is that funny? Is that funny, James? Alright, so we're getting there. This kind of takes a minute. I was trying to prep the pasta so that it wouldn't take too long. But really, this hasn't been going very long, so I can't see how long my little camera's been going. But really, it's only been about 5 minutes since I started the video, so it's thickening up. And I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So the trick is you can, Dan, will you hold the camera? It's nice to have a pair of extra hands to be my little cameraman. Thank you. So you see how the cream's kind of coating the back of the spoon? When you run your finger down it, if it separates like that, then it's thickening up. So it's just a good little trick. And it's looking pretty good now. So I don't know if y'all can kind of see, but I'm going to add the pasta. This would be a good sauce for a cheesy pasta too. But it's also an easy one. I mean, you can really make any kind of sauces. This is a very, any cream sauce is something that's really easy to make variations on. Tomato sauce is like a whole different thing, but I could have left out the mascarpone and the butter completely. This could have been just a cream sauce with or without a little bit of sauce. If you're really simple and you just, or if that's all you have on hand, it's just a little bit of cream or half and half or whatever you put in your coffee. Just, warm it up over the stove, thicken it up a bit, maybe add a dash of salt. That's a really great fresh sauce. So you can add mascarpone, you can add butter, you can add Parmesan, you can, the sky's the limit. You can kind of mix it up. You could add herbs or something if you want to. Yeah, so now I'm just kind of cutting the pasta, and this will continue to thicken up too as we plate it and everything cools down. And so that's, it's all done. This is something really easy for tonight when we just wanted a quick dinner after traveling, and this will go really well with a salad or greens or something. So I'm heating up some pre-cooked kale that was in our freezer just to go with this. Super easy. But that's it. So I hope y'all enjoyed the recipe. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and hopefully Monday won't be too bad for everyone coming out of everyone. I know so many of my friends were on spring break if they were in Georgia, especially those that are teachers. So have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.